Want to be able to watch my videos? Or your favorite Disney movies, or YouTube, or anything else? Just about anywhere on the big screen? I just got one of the coolest things to check out, and I'm going to share it with you. One of the things I'm blessed with is occasionally the opportunity to try out and check out some new things. And I just received this amazing little package in the mail that I can't wait to check out. It's a little mini projector. It runs about $100, $150 retail. But it's something that you can use at home, on the road, camping, and other places. And I'm going to check it out, put it through its paces, give you a little bit of a review, and let you know if this is worth it to use or not. So hey, let's go dig into the box and see what it's like. So this is the Vankyo Cinemagic 100. Yeah, nice, easy to say name there. So you open up the one box and it's got its own carry case. So that's actually nice. It's not real big. You can see, probably about a foot long or so and 8 inches high. So not too bad. And then when you open this up, and I'll bring it a little bit closer here, you can see that it is all packaged up inside. And we've got a little remote here for it. I'll let you kind of look at that. Actually includes a cleaning kit there for you, which is kind of nice. In fact, the projectors I've gotten for my church actually don't have the cleaning kits. There is the HDMI cable in here, and then an power cable, AV cable, and then of course the projector itself, which we will pull out here for you. It's nicely velcroed in so it doesn't fall, and hopefully I won't drop it like a klutz. And then when you take it out, give you a nice little congratulations, look, you bought something. We'll give you a look up at the controls. So you kind of see it's got your typical little control pad there, power button, a back, and then a couple others. It does have a lens cover, which you can pop off and help protect your lens when you're not using it. Nice fan, of course, on both sides to help keep it cool. We'll see how loud it is. And then here are all of your controls. So you can see you can actually plug in old style computer, which is actually really nice. These are hard to find anymore. A couple of HDMI inputs, audio-visual inputs. You've actually got 2 different USB inputs here as well, and a memory card. Okay, that's actually really nice for a photographer like me. You can definitely play with that a little bit. Okay, you can see I've got the projector kind of set up, actually sitting on top of its own box. And you can see I've actually moved my screen, so I'll adjust the camera here for you in a bit. With the remote, you do need to provide your own AAA batteries. Thankfully, I happen to have a couple sitting around here, so don't forget your batteries. And we will get this thing turned on for the first time. Don't forget to take off the lens cap. That makes it a little easier to get a picture. And let's see if we can get this adjusted up a little bit. Now, as you turn it on, you can see it's obviously shooting really low. My poor cat's in the spotlight. Don't forget to pull the little foot out of the bag, because that is what is going to go here to allow your projector to actually be able to shoot at a little better angle. There we go. And let me adjust this angle just a little bit so you can see. Now I am projecting this on a cream colored wall, and you can see already I've got a bunch of trapezoidal picture there, but we'll have a little fun setting up. So we got it stacked on some books to improvise a little bit for you. You can get a little bit better idea of the picture this way. Just for my first test, I'm actually going to use some video pictures I just recently shot on a visit to Silver Dollar City, and see if we can get this to work. Okay, so first issue here is apparently it's not going to like the memory card. My memory card is now stuck. May want to be careful about memory cards on this. Yeah, that's actually looking pretty good. And then focus will be your other wheel, so you can see that. And then we got to work on the inputs. Now, one thing I have already learned the hard way. You can actually see in the back there, that is my memory card there. I should have used a cheap memory card because it is now stuck. And it's not detecting the memory card. If I choose the menu option, you can see over here on the right, it says no device. So even though the memory card is in, it's not detecting it. And not only that, I can't eject the card. It is stuck. So by the time I am all done with this, I'm going to end up having to take the projector apart to get my poor memory card back out again. Don't use a memory card. For whatever reason, yeah, that was a bad mojo deal. So I'm going to pull a USB port here, and we are going to try, see if we can get it to read. Now, by the way, this is 7:30 on a summer day in June. It is actually pretty light in here. And you can actually see that fairly well. You can get a good idea just how bright it is. I've got lights behind me lighting this up, so I'm actually pretty pleased with how bright this is. That's actually pretty impressive. And I'm honestly not exactly sure how I got my index of movies up. Aha, okay, so it's just okay twice. The one thing I will say with this is it's not exactly clear. So let's see if we can get to play those and try just play. Aha, this looks a little more. Hey, there we go. Now keep in mind, this is on a wall that is cream colored with daylight. So let me try pulling the curtains a little bit. Then we're going to hit play. I'm going to lift this up so you can kind of see. And that's actually the onboard speaker for it. Haven't done anything special there. And that's actually a pretty good picture, especially considering how light it is in this room still. And you can see, even just with how well you can see the pictures on the side, it's pretty light in here. And yet you can see that pretty well, especially for a cheap projector. Is it the brightest picture? No. But it is a pretty good picture, and it can definitely give you your taste of needing to ride cars and visiting Disney if you really want to. So I'm actually overall pretty impressed with that. Now I imagine too, if it was darker, that the picture's going to be much better. And then for the volume, that actually does pretty good. I would still want to see if you couldn't run some other sound out of it. And with an HDMI splitter, you probably could. Or if you're running AV into it, you can obviously split your sound out that way as well. But that's pretty decent. It comes with its own AV cable, so you got the 1/8 inch jack, and then your 3 right there, which you can use all of those to run in. That's actually how you're going to plug in an AV source. It's just going to be the one in like that. I would suggest definitely running your sound into something else, because it is a small little onboard speaker. It's not going to be a very loud speaker. To give you an example of just how loud this is, I'm going to talk, and this is turned up pretty good. So you can hear how loud it is compared to how loud I'm talking, and I'm not that loud at the moment. I can talk louder. But it gives you an idea of just how loud the speaker itself can be. And if I turn it up a little bit more. So it'll do great. Do very nicely for a little onboard speaker, but not real loud and obviously not digital sound. So day 2, I've actually brought the projector over to my church, so that way we could kind of do a side-by-side comparison and give you a good idea of what the quality difference is between this new small projector as well as a higher quality, a little bit more commercial grade. You can see we've actually got a screen now, so we'll get to see it on white screen. And then I've actually got it set up right here next to our actual commercial church projector. So that is about a $900 projector that we got on sale for $5. And then we've got our $150 projector right there. So it should be fun to kind of give a good idea of the quality difference between the two. And I've actually got my computer system set up where I can go back and forth and let us see what each one looks like and compare the pictures. So this, I hope, will give a good idea of how well they work, as well as some of the ease of use of some of it. All right, so here's both projectors set up side by side. On the screen, we actually currently have our church projector, and it's slid over just a little bit to be able to make room for both pictures. But you can see what a good commercial grade HDMI picture is, because that is an HD picture right there. On a white screen, it's not terribly dark in here. It's a little dim, but you can kind of see it is daylight, so that gives you an idea of how bright it is. This is 3,300 lumens. So again, that way you have a comparison of what the picture brightness is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cover up that one, and this is actually our other projector. And you can see it is definitely quite a bit dimmer. You're able to see it in the light, but it is not anywhere near as bright. It's actually got a bigger picture, and I'm at a slight angle because of the way we're doing it. So I've actually tried to focus this up a little bit. You can see that's about as good as we get focus-wise. It does have the adjustments where you can tilt it a little bit. But yeah, not quite as bright. But let's give you a look at the video quality here. So this is the commercial video projector. Now the sound is our church sound system, so don't take that into account, plus the fact it's sending the sound through the phone. But this gives you an idea of a little bit of what it should look like. Now I know there's a weird shadow there. That's because I actually have both projectors on at once. So let me try and cover up. And this gives you a good idea of what the other projector is like and how bright it is. Or isn't. So yes, it is definitely a bit on the dim side. At least if you've got light in the room. Now this is actually running an HDMI input off of our computer and streaming it, as opposed to doing the USB port. And again, don't do memory cards. Okay, so the one thing about setting up a projector is it takes a little bit of time to get it all set up and to get proper angles. But I've set this up in the back room of my church using a white screen, and you can see it's actually got a pretty good display. It's fairly clear. This is actually playing a video right off of my thumb drive. And to give you an idea, it's dim in here, but it's not dark. But even with that lighting, you can see it shows up pretty well there. And you can definitely tell what it is and what it's supposed to be. It's not a real big video there, but you can actually definitely blow it up if you've got the remote with you and the opportunity to be able to choose it properly. You can see all the different options there as well. But that gives you a little bit of an idea of what it will look like with dimmer lighting. And here we'll put it up full size for you. And again, kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like. And fairly clear, fairly well lit and easy to see. It is definitely something you're going to want a dimmer room to be able to watch. You're not going to want a real bright room, but it can definitely work for you. And yes, I know my angles are off just a little bit, but I really just put it down very quickly. If you're going to use a projector, it is going to take a little bit of time to get that all set up, to get your angles properly set on it, and to get it to work. But that gives you a good idea of what you'll need to make it work well for you. And actually, for a very inexpensive projector, I'm actually pretty impressed with that picture quality. Is it top-notch? No. But for a very inexpensive projector, it's going to work great if you've got a darker room or if you're outdoors at a campfire and want to watch camping or something like that. So that's a look at the Vankyo mini projector system. Like I said, not an expensive one, but easily within anybody's budget. If you're wanting to broadcast on your wall and use a huge full-size screen, this can work really good for that. If you're going camping or if you want to do outdoor movies and stuff, this is a great little option for you. It's not going to break your budget, but it's going to let you have some flexibility. Is it a top-notch system? No. Is it going to give you a perfect picture? And if you're playing something, video games, is it going to be crisp perfectly crisp and clear, it probably won't be. It'll probably have a little bit of edging. But if you're wanting to just have a family night around the movies, or you want to watch SirWillow on the road or in your backyard, it's going to work great for something like that. I'm actually really impressed with it, especially considering the price. Again, I've had to buy projectors for my church, and a higher quality projector than this is going to run you anywhere from $500 up to $1,500. This is a fifth of that price. So yes, you are going to sacrifice a little bit in some quality. It's not going to be as bright. It's going to be a little bit clunkier to use. But hey, for the price, man, that is a heck of a deal. And in fact, I'll even make it sweeter for you. I've got a link in the description that'll take you to where you can buy this at a discount. How is that for cool? So be sure, if you're looking for a projector, evaluate this one. If you're not wanting to break your bank, great. If you're wanting just a quick, inexpensive, hey, let's set up a movie on the side wall, this will work really good for you. So I hope you enjoyed this little look at something to think about, and I think I'm going to go watch myself on the screen some more. Because, you know, it's just kind of cool when you get to see yourself do that. I like this little projector here.